Hello everybody. My name is Ash and welcome to the stream. Today is gonna be an art stream. I don't really know exactly what I want to draw. I've got the vague idea that I want to work on, what's it called? That I want to work on some, let me just turn the music down a little. That I want to work on some like poses or something like that. Just so you guys know, for some reason the what's it called? My Twitch won't connect to Streamlabs, and I have no idea why. So that's why I like. So the stream's only gonna be on YouTube, but you know what are you gonna do? Hey, Lujo Boy, Barrier Levels, and Otaktaru. So where does the headband terminate? No idea, man. No idea. But yeah, we're gonna be drawing some stuff. I don't know how long I'm gonna go. Haven't been any streams recently, and I'd say the main reason for that is because it's hot, and when it's hot, it destroys my motivation completely. Sorry, my throat didn't quite clear it before I started the stream. So I'm thinking like maybe I'll draw some of my original characters in some poses. I guess I don't know. I'm not too certain just yet. 1 second. I think I need to. I was about to look something up and I forgot what it was. Art stream pog. Hell yeah. Haven't done one in a while. We've got this cool gray what's it called? This cool gray background here. Whoop. Yeah. Whoop. Streams. Something happened. Windows 10 likes to restart. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I am getting a couple disconnects on the stream, which I'm not used to. But you know, I can't do anything about it, so we'll just have to deal with it and move on. I don't really know what to start with. Let's just lower our size. Good morning, Nolail. Yeah, so hopefully we don't get too many of those drops. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt the stream too much. Let me just check actually on my YouTube to see everything is running as smooth as I can get it to be running. Okay, so yeah, I'll just leave that up there. Alright, so I don't know, I kind of I want to get some, what do you call it? I want to get some poses going. What time is it today? It is morning, so that's good. No, I don't have to feel disingenuous when you wish me a good morning. Let's zoom in a little and let's go down to like a nice 5. Now let's go a little small. Let's go to a nice 3 size brush. And we don't get much pressure sensitivity, but that's fine. We don't need it. We're not using a brush that has it. Maybe we'll switch to one that does. Oop. And I had this at 3. Oh, it's quite a bit too small. Maybe 5. Yeah, I'm feeling good with that. In Indonesia is morning. Ah, yeah. Makes sense. Indonesia is just behind Australia in time, so. I don't know. Like I usually when I draw, I feel like I always start with faces, and I feel like that's probably not the best habit, to start with faces, but like I just enjoy doing them like the most, right? So I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a basic head shape in here or something. And I'm just gonna kind of like lay down some shapes until I can kind of figure out what I really want to do. Yeah, like we could, you know, have a nice like eyebrow here. And we've got some like side eye. I don't know what I'm drawing. I feel like this probably looks really weird, huh? I start with face 2, yeah. It's like I like drawing faces so that I feel like I start with faces, but like it's probably not always like the best choice, right? Or maybe it's focusing more on things that I like to draw, but maybe I should be focusing a little on things that I don't like to draw. I can already tell without even flipping the canvas that this eye is a little to the side. Let's just adjust that size. It's a bad art practice to do what I do, right? I should be redrawing it in the right place, but I can never bring myself to do that, I feel like. So how's everyone's day? I didn't get much sleep. I haven't streamed in a while, and if you're wondering why, like I did mention it's the heat, but what I've been doing while I haven't been streaming is I've been doing a bit of reading. Read a few like manga and stuff. Got caught up on some stuff, and someone recommended me. I think it was Captain River recommended me a fan fiction a while ago, and it's about the size. It's I think it was like 400,000 words, so about the size of a full-length novel-ish. And I read through like half of it in one day. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was good. But then apart from that, trying to think of like the manga that I read while I was away. Oh, one of them. It's a series called White Blood, and it's about vampires. So I was really skeptical about whether I'd actually like that series, White Blood. But the art was like incredibly good, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a shot, right? And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So yeah, I can give a pretty firm recommendation for White Blood. There's a lot of there's a lot of extremely attractive men, so if that's not your thing, then you might be off-put by it. I don't know. It's got that very classic, you know, like Korean fashion guy that is, you know, like almost like drawn to be scarily attractive. It's like with the massive shoulder span and all that, but overall I did enjoy what I read. It's not finished. It's got like 52 chapters, and I binged those in one setting. How do I do mouths? I don't know. Let me zoom in a little. First of all, I can already see. I mean, yeah, this is a little tilted, because I can't seem to draw not tilted for some goddamn reason. Hello, Dante. Sorry, I should have responded to that message a bit earlier, but I missed it. I don't know. I feel like the mouth would be like it's here, right? But I don't know. Bro, I feel like I'm bad. Just do a line for mouth. I guess I can, yeah. But I feel like I gotta like push myself somewhat, right? Otherwise, how am I ever gonna improve? But I suppose we can do kind of like something a bit like that. It's like 2 lines and a dot for the mouth there. I was trying to get some lips in because I feel like I want to be better at drawing lips, but you know, even though I probably wouldn't draw them in like most of the things that I do draw. This is not an OC, by the way. This is just like a random character that I'm drawing. I feel like I made this chin a little because it should come up towards this ear, right? And then that comes out like something like that. And then we can, I don't know, maybe add a bit of hair or something. We're just kind of doing a sketch. This could probably pass as male. I don't know. Do you have any plan or winging it? Yeah, I'm winging it 100%. I have no idea what I'm trying to do here. I don't know. Let's go. I feel like I'm doing a kind of very generic hairstyle, so maybe I'll like go for a bit more of like a proper like cut. And maybe that'll make me feel a little better about this. I'm also doing like a lot more curves than I usually draw with. I'm not a person who draws curves. It's I'm unused to it. So we can do something like this. I don't know, maybe. I feel like that needs to be brought up a little, but this needs to be on the other angle because otherwise it doesn't make sense with how I've drawn the other half of the hair. Oh, use Krita. Yes, I do use Krita. I put it in the description finally. I've finally got like descriptions for my different series like laid out, so I can actually go between them and just copy paste them in whenever I do one. It's nice. Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, maybe get just a bit of shadow here, just to kind of like, I don't know, make the form seem a little more robust. A lot of people do that kind of thing where they kind of show the features through the hair, and I still haven't kind of decided whether I like doing that or not. So I don't know, I guess I kind of just decide on a case-by-case basis whether I think it looks good in any particular fashion. I don't know. You know, I remember a long time ago someone actually gave me a hint. They say that I don't close when I draw eyes. I usually only do like the top part, right? I don't like really bulking out the bottom or doing much stuff there. And I still haven't really decided, is that like a flaw? Like, because when you do color, you're gonna have lines there anyway, right? I suppose it really does help with a bit of the attitude, right? You can see it looks like a completely different face. Depending on how you structure the kind of stuff here, right? You can have like a tear duct. Yeah, I don't know. Just do a bit of like ear stuff here. I don't know. I think that's what they look like. I was watching an anatomy video earlier today. I forgot who it's by. And I was like, I was watching this video and I'm like, it was going through like the different stages of learning anatomy for art, and like, I don't think I'm even at like the first stage, right? It's like, I think the second level that he put was like memorizing anatomy. And like, I know a tiny bit of anatomy, right? Like well, if I scroll back up, I know like over here you got the traps, and then over here you got your I don't know, somewhere over here you got your pectoral muscles, right? But I don't know much at all. Like, they were talking about like reconstructing the body like from the bones or whatever, and every step of the way I was thinking, God, I don't do any of this stuff. Like, is this something that would, because I can already say, right? I can say pretty much certainty, even though I'm not like a super experienced artist, and I'm sure some people will disagree with what I'm saying. You don't need to know anatomy off by heart to do good drawings of people, right? I think as long as you draw often enough, right? If you're, you know, grinding up those skill levels, so to speak, right? If you draw enough people, you will be able to draw people well, right? And like, if you're using reference and stuff. Did I watch the Nintendo Direct earlier? No, but I did hear about it, but I'm not a big Nintendo person, so I don't. I heard it was bad, that's what. But like, you don't need anatomy, but I did kind of wonder while I was watching that, would anatomy speed up my learning process, right? It's stupid to know something that complicated by heart. I mean, I don't think it's stupid necessarily, because the people that do it, they're obviously extremely successful artists, and their art does look extremely good, right? You can tell that they know how to draw people and how stuff is supposed to look. And like, even though you don't need that, right? I do wonder, how much faster do you learn how to draw people if you do go through like that proper procedure, right? And I feel like it's probably a lot faster, right? You probably would save a lot of time if you actually did go through that proper learning process where you're really trying to you know, break down every part of the anatomy, how it ticks, and figuring out how it works, getting a really thorough understanding of the human body. It would 100% help. It's just like, but I'm just lazy. and that's the reason that I don't want to do it, is like, I don't want to have to put that kind of effort into drawing that stuff. Although, you know, every now and again I will watch an anatomy video just because I find them like fun to watch, really. And I'm glad that I find them fun to watch, because I feel like they probably do help more than I realize. Right, like the placement of like this collarbone or whatever, and this muscle that goes like from the back of the ear to the neck. I feel like if I didn't at least think about anatomy, I wouldn't know where to place those at all. And I'm probably placing them slightly off, since I'm not using reference right now, even though I probably should be. Biggest enemy is drawing legs. Legs are hard, you know. I think if I were to like try and draw a leg, there's a manga, I think, called Yakuza Reincarnation, where the artist draws like really cool, like dynamic curved limbs, and like every time I look at it, I'm like, how the hell do you get like so much? They get like so much, kind of like force, right? They get so much in their legs, right? Here's like a bit of a leg, right? You've got the foot would be down here, right? But like this I think is decent, but like the way they draw like limbs, it's like they really exaggerate this portion, right? And like this portion I feel like they probably exaggerate too. But see, what I've done here looks bad, right? How I've done this looks bad, right? And if you think it looks good, you're wrong. How I just adjusted that with those like trying to make those curves dynamic, it was bad. But somehow they managed to make it like even more exaggerated than that, and it still looks good. So yeah, what's the artist? I should look up the artist behind Yakuza Reincarnation because I need to give them better credit. Yakuza Reincarnation manga. Okay. Where is the Mount list? The artist is Miyashita Hiroki. What else has he done? Ketto Saiban, Kyosei Hero, Ryoma no Gago. Okay, nothing I can really recognize, but his art is good. His art is very good. So yeah, check out Miyashita Hiroki. But anyway, let's focus back on my own drawing. This kind of looks like a bit of a sewer rat that I've drawn here. I don't know. Some kind of like snarky person. I actually look pretty androgynous, so maybe I won't think too hard about that. I wonder. What kind of pose do I do for this person? I kind of messed up a little by drawing this head in first. Oops, sorry, I bumped the mic. I kind of screwed up a little by drawing this head in first without really thinking about how the pose would go, right? So we could do something like let's kind of just like get some shapes here, right? So you can do something like this, and then you can do a bit of a squat, right? And this is bad, but you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here, right? And this would be like a knee, right? And then the other one would be over here or something like that. God, how do legs work again? I don't know. I feel like I can kind of do legs, but like I don't think I'm good at them. I don't know. We can do like some like shorts to what's it called? Cover over the parts that I don't want to draw. You could just make them have no legs or arms. I could, but that kind of like defeats the point of drawing for me, or for this stream, right? Whenever I draw, I really do want to at least try and like push myself to you know, at least one new thing. Learning to do one new thing is better than nothing, right? So that's why I don't want to avoid drawing something just because I don't feel like I can do it well right now. Because if I can't do it well right now, then I'll never be able to do it well in my life, right? So that's why you really gotta push yourself to do that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of wondering how the hell should I do this? I feel like we've got a bit of a slab squat going on. I've kind of drawn these feet going off screen, and it's probably a good thing, to be honest. Because feet I struggle. I think feet are the hardest thing on the body to draw, in my opinion. And that's probably just because you draw them so infrequently that like it's hard to get, you know, practiced, especially if you draw like kind of like how I draw, in where you don't really do a lot of studies or, you know, proper like focus on this thing, learn how to draw it perfectly, right? I don't do a lot of that. I kind of just feel like, oh, I've got an idea, I'll draw it, or I haven't drawn in a while, I'll draw something. If I can't do it right now, I can't do it in my life. Is that a quote now? I don't know, I feel like it can probably be... Can you make his shirt like a panda? I can draw a panda, sure. Have you ever considered animation in this style? Of course I've considered animation in this style, but animation, like if you look at my, yeah, I'll go to my, I've done animation before, right? So if you look at my starting soon screen, it's extremely basic. It's extremely basic, but this is animated over here. You can see the blinking and the breathing of this character. What did I call this character? This is my OC. This is my original character. But oh god, his name is wait one sec. That's gonna bother me. I actually have to look up his name. But yeah, that's really just a basic loop. Just to like make it feel a little less static. God, what did I call this character? Comic projects. This is one of the main characters for a boys love romance that I was planning to write, or I guess I'm still planning to write. Ray is his name, yeah. I remember now. The breathing part is too much? Maybe. I tried to tone it down a lot, but I know I wanted some form of significant movement. It's not perfect, obviously. I wonder why I decided to use Ray as my kind of like, he's kind of my channel icon, right? You can see I've got a drawing of him as my desktop background. I kind of like neglect the other guy from that story idea. Whose name I believe I called him Miles. I kind of neglect him and I don't draw him too often. So we can go kind of like the shirt can kind of hangs. We want it to hang down and kind of like, how do I do a hanging fabric? Kind of like that maybe. So then we can kind of like draw, I don't know, something going like this. God, it's so hard to draw fabric. That's definitely something that I probably should, you know, like focus on hard. Because if you focus on something hard enough, like single-mindedly, if you focus on furthering like one thing in your art, you will be able to improve significantly. And it's something that I know I should do, but I just don't want to. I don't want to like dedicate like a week to drawing sketches, right? A couple sketches every day. That's probably would be enough to get me to a level with my like with any one thing that I'd be like confident with it. And yet I just don't do it. Maybe this should be a hoodie. One sec. Maybe it can be kind of This does kind of look like a character that would wear a hoodie. So maybe it's kind of like this. But the hoodie is like, it's short, it's like got short sleeves over here. So we need to like make the fabric a little thicker, which means we need to decrease the number of folds in it, because thicker fabric folds less. So yeah, like I know a little bit about like fabric, like the theory of how stuff folds, but like I've never really dedicated the time to it, right? The time to like actually drawing it. I've only like, you know, either watched videos or like thought about it in my head. And you know, thought experiments can be nice, but kind of looks like Link or Zelda. Does kind of look like what's the definitely not Zelda character, something with an X, S I mean. I don't know. I can't remember that character's name. I've never really been a big Zelda person. So you can kind of like do a bit of a like, what's that? I don't know. I'm really like struggling with like these arms. Let's go on a separate layer. One sec, let me erase those lines and then go on a separate layer. We'd have like the hand like folding over here, right? And I'm just gonna like get rid of that for a second. I actually have a Zelda, a hand model. What genre of games do I like? I like RPGs, I'd say. Big fan of RPGs. I don't play many on the channel, but maybe in the future. So this is the, so the this thumb would be like over here or something, and then we've got like the pinky is going like that. And then these fingers would be something like, I don't know. And like these kind of look like noodles right now. I need to give them some better like shape, but they're kind of like thin fingers. He likes Minecraft? Yeah, Minecraft's my favorite game, but it's not my favorite game genre. So now if we get this back, you can see these fingers look a little spindly, right? But I suppose it doesn't look too spindly necessarily. Kind of bulk out that hand a little. I'd say the hand does look a little longer. In reference to the rest of the thing, right? The hand looks big. So maybe we can actually shorten these fingers down a little, like something like this. I feel like after I did that hand, like drawing hands stream, I should have like dedicated more time to like actually just focusing on hands. I wish I could donate. Well, I appreciate the sentiment at the very least. Which noodle? Noodle soup or no? I meant like noodle, like ramen noodle kind of noodle. Okay, so I've got this hand model. It's not a very good hand model, but it's better than nothing. But it doesn't have any, like it only can rotate my my fingers on this hand model that I have, they can only rotate on a couple axes. It doesn't have many degrees of movement, so I can't splay the fingers or anything. So that's why it's like, it's only really useful as a size reference. But I can kind of see that a couple things I've done here are a little weird. I've made all of these fingers like very similar length. And I've made them kind of like have like weird points where they bend. And then I can kind of like, God, I hate hands. It always feels like no matter how often you draw a hand, like these looked way better, like when they were noodly and weird. One second, this is the longest finger, that's the index, this is the ring finger, this is the pinky. But like, it looks so stiff now, right? I think the thumb is fine. It's the rest of the fingers that I hate how I've drawn. Okay, let's kind of really think on getting this right. Okay. So we've got like the base of the hand. You could do a shadow effect. You don't do shadow effects while you're sketching. It's a bad practice to skip steps like that, in my opinion, because it means you kind of, rather than actually fixing the fundamental mistakes with your drawing, you're kind of covering them up and hiding them. So if we like put these digits like this, right? So you can kind of see, you know, the shape of this hand a little bit better, and then we want to move this thumb up. I think this thumb shape is decent. Thumbs aren't the part of hands that I really struggle with. It's always the other fingers, pretty sure. So I'm gonna, so we've got kind of, let's just kind of like do tubes here, right? Let's put like a lot more effort into these fingers here. And then this one can kind of be coming off this direction. It needs to be a little larger and closer towards here that it's coming off. And I think this hand is still gonna look like not great, but it might be a little better. Let's kind of, like, I think the way that this finger looks like it's rotated is a little weird, so maybe what we can do is we can maybe taper it down a little better, and then do something like that. And I'm not really used to, oh, I don't know, my drawing skills are as bad as village trades. Oof. Yeah, let's taper this finger down and do something like this. I feel like I'm drawing a lot bumpier than I'm used to, so I want to drift a little further away from that kind of bumpiness, since I don't really like how it looks. And these digits look a little weird, but I think I'm just going to stick with them after I draw them, no matter how bad they look, because I don't want, like, as much as I want to improve, I don't want to spend all day on the one thing, so. But I will at least focus while I can on getting these fingers right. God, it's gonna bother me for the entire drawing. I'm gonna like not spend too long on this sketch, hopefully. Like, I've made these fingers like super spindly. And I don't know. Like, I feel like the best hand I ever did was on my, I did a Persona 5 fan art, and one of like the main focuses of that series, or one of the main focuses of that artwork was a hand, right? And it was holding it was of Hifumi from Persona 5, because she was my favorite character at the time, or she was one of my favorite characters, and I felt like really kind of inspired to draw an artwork with her as the focus. So I did I did a character shot, and you can see it probably on my DeviantArt or Twitter or something, one of my earlier posts. And I think that art contains the best hand I've ever drawn, and like right now it feels like it's the best hand I'm ever gonna draw, because I feel like I can't get them right apart from that like one time, right? Like, look at this. What the hell is this hand, right? This finger is way too long. This finger looks like this hand is so demented. Ugh. It's so gross and ugly. Like, what the hell am I drawing here? Yeah, no, it's bothering me extremely. Right? So I'm just gonna leave this screwed up hand as is, and I'm not gonna focus on it right now. Right? But look at how hard. Oh, like what the hell am I drawing here? Like, what is that? What the hell is that, right? So this, I can already tell this is not going to be an artwork that goes anywhere further than this, right? So what now I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get even lazier, because I feel like if I try and do it well, it's actually just gonna look worse. So we've got a thumb here, and then the rest of the fingers or the digits would come out like that, and we're just gonna do it messy. Oh, like, what the hell did I do here? Like, look at this arm. What the hell? Okay, let's do that again. Alright, so let's, I don't know, do a shape like that or something. And we can kind of like cover some of this up by just like changing the angle there. And now we are, yeah, it's an abomination. Like, who would ever like look at these hands? What the hell are these hands? Like, I said I wasn't gonna touch this hand again, but I actually can't look at it. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'll do something. So we've got the arm coming over here, and oh my god, the dog is poking its head at my door. Sorry, you can't come in right now. Like, these fucking bear hands or whatever. All right. I don't know, the thumb would probably actually come in there or something like that. We are going to avoid that like hotcakes. Okay. Ew, like what the hell did I do there? Let's draw like a little stool or something, at the very least. There, it's a bit of a stool. Now I never want to see that again. Alright, let's maybe think about getting a bit of a cool pose or something. Let's actually draw Ray, my OC, like I said earlier. Oh my god. Sparking at nothing. How old is the dog? We actually have 2 dogs. One of them is Dalmatian, and she's getting really old at like, she's almost 14, I think, in May 1st. Then the other one is actually a puppy. It's a crossbreed with a pit bull and something else that I don't know. It's not my dog, it's my sister's dog, but like we live together, so but yeah, it's only a couple months old. And it's cute, but it's horrible at the same time. Because puppies, you know, they like to make an absolute mess of the house. All right, let's think. Let's actually start with the pose. Sure. Let's get a bit of a what kind of pose should we think about here? We can go like a real kind of let's go for a bit of a cross-legged right? Yeah. I think I can think of like a pose here, right? So let's try and like really go like over the head, like over the, I don't know, over the something with how we do this one. So we can have like a leg coming out like this, and then another one coming out like that. This is like incredibly exaggerated. One sec, maybe this they would come out more like no, this doesn't make any sense. One second, let me think about this a little. I'm kind of trying to think of like a cross-legged pose here, where we can see the front leg kind of crossing over this way, and then the other leg would be coming out over here or something, right? But like to get the shape right, I don't know how to, right? So that's why I'm kind of struggling a little with this, right? So maybe let's go back here and try this again. I think the scale that I went for there was a little weird, so we can try. Let's you know what? I should be smart about this and look up reference, because I'm not good enough. In fact, I think no one is good enough to work without reference. You gotta have something. So let's go. So cross-legged sit. Sure. This is not exactly what I was going for, I don't think, but let's see if I can find a decent pose. Sure. So if we kind of think about right now, right, we wanted like a bit of a lean forward, right? And then we wanted the pose to come out like this. And this is a bit of like a gesture line that I was doing, right? So let's kind of just like keep that line in mind, but not actually use it directly, right? So it was like a head here with like a bit of a body there or something, right? And then we'd have like hips here or something like that. And I'm doing like really weird construction that I don't usually do. I don't even do like circular head shapes. I do like boxy head shapes. I prefer them. So maybe I should like focus on these kind of boxy shapes then. Maybe not that boxy though. How's other people's days been, by the way? Like, I talk about my own day a little bit, no, what I can think to talk about, but like, you know, give me some content, guys. How's your days been? This is a little too much. Like, I mean, my day hasn't actually been that long, so I can't say much about it yet. All I can say though is it is hot, and I hate how hot it is. And I wish it were not this hot. It's like it's summer in Australia, so it's been like something like it's been over like 25 degrees for a while, and like 25 degrees Celsius, it's not that hot, but like when you get it mixed in with like 30-degree days and like 28-degree days over like several weeks, yeah, no, it gets to you, right? It really gets to you. And it's been like hurting my motivation to stream a little, which is why, you know, there haven't been too many streams, right? Over the past few days. So the leg would be something like, I don't know, like I feel like I want to get some like thick legs here. So bad, a lot of schoolwork. That sucks. I'm glad that I don't have to do schoolwork, but at the same time, if I want to consider this YouTube thing as my job, I really can't be affording to take as many days off as I do. But you know, I guess, you know, you gotta take care of yourself. So I can't really, you know, like I can't bash myself up too much for, you know, taking time off. But I don't know. I feel like I need to be working on something when I do, at the very least. Let's do something like this. Let's get some knees in here. And I feel like this shape doesn't quite work for how the butt would actually look here. And like this thigh is like incredibly like unrealistically long, so let's kind of like shorten that a little, get a little bit of a more realistic, like I don't want to go super realistic, but I want to go like, at the very least, the shape isn't unrealistic, right? So then I can go something like this. And then, oh god, feet. Feet are like annoying. I don't know. I feel like it's something like this, but I also feel like I've not made it like right. I don't know. That's actually not a bad foot from me over here. But let's make this heel a little more like proper. My school is based in Texas and it snowed, so online school shut down from power outages. I'm somewhere else, so I just got the day off. It was good. Nice. I was watching some Chippy's Couch earlier today. I was watching one of his series. He's a Terraria YouTuber, right? So I was watching him play some Terraria. New mod, I think it's called Mod of Redemption. And while I was like watching his series, he actually talked about how like snow for like what do you call them? Like the best time to experience snow is when you're a kid, because you get because you get that kind of like, oh, we're snowed in, can't do class. I didn't realize that it would also apply with what do you call it? It would also apply with online classes in the current era, but I guess if it's power outages, then yeah. It makes sense. So we got like decent pair of legs here. With like decent like toes. I don't know. I'm gonna like mess it up by like, I feel like I kind of got some like good toe shapes here by accident, or like a good foot shape here by accident. But if I kind of like scroll out, I'm gonna see the flaws a little better. Let's do some shadow here. And create a little bit of depth at the very least. I mean, I just talked about not using shadow in this stage to like prevent things from like prevent you from like crimping your skills, but here I am doing it anyway. Let's grab this. I don't know why I always use the poly select. I use it in my like my shading program, what do you call it? My coloring process as well. I use it for my shadows. I use the poly tool. And I use like all those sharp shadow shapes you might see in my art. I don't know, a bit of a weird decision, but I like it. So you can kind of like getting a shape here that feels like it fits is gonna be a little difficult, right? Because if I go too much, then it just feels like way too skinny, right? I don't know. I felt like more and more recently, I'm really not like good at drawing like bodies and stuff. Like I think, you know, better than like the average DeviantArt artist, sure, but I'm not good. Especially not if I'd want to call myself a professional, right? I don't know, this kind of shape seems right, so I'm just gonna go with it. Kind of wanted like a bit of a like leaning onto the arm onto the knee onto the chin, right? That kind of like that thing, but I don't know, is these legs might be too short for that to be proportionally correct, to be able to have the arms reach that far, with this lean, right? So maybe maybe they're like tying up their hair or something, right? So that's why the arms would be raised. And then we have like the kind of the back here. And I'm struggling a little with these shapes now. What application is that? I actually have it in the description, dumb-based, but it is Krita. It actually says up here now as well, because I'm not in full screen. Basically it's like Photoshop, but it's not. And it's free. So we need like a head over here or something, right? And then I don't know. I feel like I've struggled recently with how to shape heads. Like I try to like leave that, like have this brow line here, like this surface that comes out a little bit, but then I feel like the cheek needs to also come out, otherwise it looks weird. And if you do it wrong, it looks weird no matter what. And sometimes I wonder, maybe I should not have any of it, because the face isn't at the right angle for it. I don't know. This is a weird place for a head, so I'm actually gonna get rid of this right now. And then let's kind of get the rest of this body kind of in here so that I can kind of see where I want things to be. I said this was going to be my OC, didn't I? In that case, that character does not have any of those. So he's male. So I guess I'll readjust a little about how I'm doing this. So in that case, what should I do with these arms? I probably should have figured it out before I went into this much detail on other areas, huh? So I don't know. I feel like you could go like, I think the reason I was thinking of like the leaning arm here is just, that's the classic thinker pose, right? Maybe you can just have, I kind of don't want to like put anything over these thighs, since I feel like they came out pretty well. And I don't want to disrespect the thighs, right? I don't know, let's see. Because I just realized, if this is gonna be the character, the OC that I was planning on when I started this, then first of all, the style I went for has pretty large head. So let me look at bit of reference again. Something like that size. And then, oh, sorry, I think I threw some of my hair over the mic. And then we want, maybe this arm, I'll just be lazy with it and have it, kind of like relaxing on a table or something that's behind here. This character has fairly thin arms, I think. But I don't know. Giovanni, hello. So, I don't know, they'd be seated on like a bench or something. Let's just kind of like put a bit of like a flat thing so that I don't have to think about it. Let's kind of adjust this shadow so maybe this thigh in the background makes a little more sense. Okay. And then, so now this hand, you can kind of see it would be like resting against the ground there. Sorry, I haven't been to many streams lately. I haven't done many streams lately, Giovanni, so I don't think you've missed much. I haven't streamed for the past two to 3 days. So now the question is, what do I do with this back arm, right? Could have it on his ear or something. It would be like something like this. It looks pretty decent. One sec. Let me kind of go to a different layer so that I can kind of like flesh this out a little. How do I do it this arm though without making it look weird? Does like the back need to come out more here? And then I need to like, I don't know, do something like I don't know. How do like, one sec, let me brushing hair behind ear. I don't want to block too much of the face. As soon as I look it up, it's mostly anime girls. Of course it is. YouTube knows what I'm looking, or Google knows what I'm looking for. That's for sure. this is probably fine-ish. So let me see. If I go like, I don't know, I feel like I need to adjust the angle of this arm a little. So what if I grab, I'm just gonna move stuff since again I'm an art hacker. We're gonna move the pivot point to the shoulder there. It's not gonna be perfect, but, and then something like that, and it can kind of come towards us a little, and that's why it will be shorter than the forearm and still makes sense, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's probably fine actually. Then over here, I want to erase that. Okay, and this circle over here, where the other hand is gonna be. And let's kind of like, and we want to like make this arm a little larger, to not be too flimsy looking. All right, this pose is not that bad. It really takes a while though to like really bulk out like a decent pose. This arm is coming out way too much now though. Like we need it to come out, but we don't need it to like bulk up the body too much, right? All right, so that's probably fine, right? I think that's not a bad arm pose. So now we can kind of work on that head a little. I'm gonna go another new layer because I'm scared. Well, first let's kind of like erase that a little. And then we've got this kind of head. I know Ray has a bit of a shallow, or what do you call it? A short face, maybe, is the right way to put it. So we can have the jaw come out like that. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, this is rotated wrong. So let's move it like that. God, it's really hard to get this head like in the right spot, isn't it? Maybe that is fine. You know what, I'm just gonna leave it there, and we can adjust the head later if we really dislike where it is. Okay, let's erase those lines and come back a little. So head is a little bit of that shape. And what the hell is this line over here that does not need to be there at all? It's doing nothing. All right. The shape this head has right now is a little weird, but I'm just gonna deal with it, I think. Now if I remember, I think I first of all, I did too much of a brow line there. Let's kind of zoom in. I try not to zoom in, especially during sketches, but I don't know. Since we're kind of focusing just on sketches this stream, or so far at least. It depends. Maybe I'll want to ink this and color it in a bit, but we can kind of like get the anatomy of the face a little. The ear will be there-ish. This is about halfway down the face. I think actually need to like taper off the chin and then curve the cheek out and then go for the brow line, I think. And then, oh god, what am I talking about? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. So let me do something like that, sure. And now I want to I think actually Ray has larger eyes than that. So let me try and get the shapes right. Ugh, I hate getting shapes right. Why can't they just be wrong and it be fine? Wouldn't that be the life? Oh, it would. Okay. Alright, I don't even know if I placed these eyes correctly on the face. They're probably too high, actually. You know what? That can be changed easily. Yeah, I've basically put them like on the brow line. Wait a second, what did I just do? Does that work? Yes, okay. No, that's too much. One sec. Something like that, sure. I will erase that ear since I don't know exactly where I'm placing it just yet. I put these eyes way too low, didn't I? Oh god, I can't get anything right, can I? Eyes should be larger. Sure, you know what? That's probably fine. I haven't flipped the canvas. It's gonna look horrible when I flip the canvas. I can't do anything about it except flip the canvas, but I don't want to feel horrible, so I'm gonna wait a little bit to flip the canvas. How many times can I say it? And then how did I do his nose again? Probably something like that, actually. All right, now I feel like the character is actually starting to come out once I've got these eyebrows in. All right. Sure, something like that. I don't know. I feel like I captured the look of the character fine now. And then we can kind of adjust the shape of the face. Got it. That's the disadvantage, I guess, of sketching on one layer is that like some things just are not in the right place for you to manipulate them the way that you want. All right, so let's go over here. Let's erase some of that junk. All right, so ear would be something like how did the ears? I think the ears are pretty small. Something like that. All right. Since the nose is pretty high, the ears shouldn't be too large, since the ears are supposed to start at the top of the eyes and then go down to the bottom of the nose. But because of the curvature of the face, it doesn't line up, so that's why the ear doesn't end here. And then, God, I don't know. I kind of mess up my style. Like I don't know what like style I'm going for this character, so it's gonna be a little different to some of my other stuff maybe. I don't know. That's a bad ear. 1 second. Let's go like something like that. That's a better ear. Yeah. It's a little small. It's a little small of an ear. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but probably could be larger. In fact, I think it should be larger, so I'm gonna make it larger just by a touch. There we go. And now like this goes to the right spot, and then that goes to the right spot. This neck is a little thicker than I would normally make it, I think. How the hell do I draw the neck here? I don't know. I suppose zooming out is probably, I should do this so I can get a decent overview, so I'm not like tunnel visioning. Like this whole head needs to be significantly larger. To like to fit like the proportions of this style that I'm trying to do. So how to fit the proportions of this character. Sure, that seems about right. And now we want to go back over here and let's do some like hair. So this character's hair, there's like what's it called? So we've got like kind of like two like big arcs like that actually, but they are on the other side. So how would I draw that? Like that, I guess. And then there's like two arcs of hair that go kind of like this, right? All right. Sure. And then this will come out. Something like this. And I don't know, I want to bring down this shape a little because it's just barely too exaggerated. Right, like I'm all for like big exaggerated shapes, but sorry if the commentary is lacking. My sleep schedule's actually been really screwed over lately. Which also kind of factors into the reason no streams, because I feel most motivated to stream in the morning, but right now I'm waking up in the afternoon, so by the time it's morning, I don't have much energy left, and I feel like I want to sleep. So that's kind of why, I suppose I'm low energy pretty often, but you might be able to hear that I'm more low energy than normal. So yeah, sorry for that, but you know, hopefully it's bearable. So this kind of thing goes around here and joins into this like front portion of the hair, and then we've got the band. He has like a little hairband right here, goes behind the ear, and then something like, I've noticed, and people have actually told me before, but Ray does kind of look a bit like a combination of Velma and Daphne from Scooby-Doo. And I found that pretty interesting. At first I was like, no. But now that like the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, no, he does look a lot like like those two had a child. This is the most curved I think I've ever drawn this character. Like with the hair especially. I don't draw curvy hair. So something like yeah, the hair would do, I don't know, it would do something back here that we don't need to appreciate. These parts of the head are removed. And then I feel like the head is probably in a bit of a weird spot. I feel like it probably needs to be a little lower, I'm thinking. And a little more further back. So if I were to actually, first of all, let's just get rid of that part. So if I go Control G and link these, I can move them further back like that. And then we can go over here and, whoops, kind of clean up over here a little. So that would be part of layer 3 then, I guess. And then we can put some like collarbones in, just to kind of like place the neck a little more. All right, something like that. I don't know. Something about this torso is definitely like wrong. And I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I know it's something. So yeah. I don't know how much I can really do about that though. Not right now, at least. I don't know. We'll figure out how that collarbone works in a second. Let's now dreadfully focus on this hand that is supposed to be brushing. So let me get my hand model out and kind of like pose it a little bit in how I think so. The thumb would be at the back. Okay, I actually have a pretty decent reference now. I'd like to lower the opacity of the head very heavily so that I can work on this a little easier. Let's also get rid of these like residue lines from the sketch earlier, or part of the sketch earlier. Okay. And now let's go back to our brush and let's go. So we want to go like this and like this. So we got this kind of shape. It's probably want it to be larger as well. So we got this kind of shape where we've got like the palm bulging and then the fingers coming forward, and then do something like that, and then we go yeah, it's probably thinner as well. And then, okay, pinky, something like this. And then the rest of the fingers, I feel like we'd want be at a bit of a like different kind of vibe. 1 second. I'm really failing to explain what I'm thinking, but okay. So that would be the hand, right? And that's not that bad. Like with the reference I use, like that, this is like a somewhat bearable hand actually. But it's not great. It's a little small. So maybe what I should do here, it's like just scratching my head a little. Literally and figuratively. Let's make this hand a little larger. Because a hand should be able to like cover the face. Now, when it comes to like an anime style, I think that rule has a little more breathing room because the faces are much larger in an anime style, like the heads as such, And if you don't want your hands to be and usually the heads are the only thing that are a bit out of proportion, a bit larger than they perhaps should be. So if you were to try and put more than that out of proportion, it would actually look quite weird. So it's better that only one thing goes out of proportion from how I see it, which is why we should not really use that rule of the hand being able to cover the face to decide the size of it. Now that being said, there still might be a bit of a small hand. It is still a bit of a small hand, and didn't really see that until I zoomed out and got a better scale. So that's why I'm going to increase the size a little. I think I even need to thin it a little. I think I made it a little too large, so let's shrink it down just a tad. And in fact, if I have it on this angle, it fits better. So now it can go up. And I don't know, this is probably better. At the very least, right, I don't hate myself looking at it. And that's really amazing progress. I don't hate myself looking at the hand. That is phenomenal. So we can now increase the opacity there. We covered up that whole ear, so there was really no point drawing it, but let's kind of now erase the stuff that goes behind here, this ear, and also get rid of this ear. Yeah. So now you can kind of see we've got a bit of a pose here. Now he doesn't have any clothes. I mean, we should probably put some on then, right? Like what kind of clothes though, right? So let's go for a different bit of color. Let's go for a nice orange-ish brown. Whoops, not that. Like this. Maybe not that. Maybe a bit brighter. I don't mind brighter as long as I increase the size. There. So now let's kind of think about what kind of clothes. Now default clothes, right, would be like a school uniform, since this character does go to school. God, that's kind of that looks a little too horny. Put sleeves on. Right. And now you have like a shirt there, right? I don't think I am too down for that shape, because these are the clothes I always draw for this character because they're easy, so I don't think I want to. Jaden, hello. So God, I mean, if we really wanted to get kinky, we'd just drop band-aids, right? But that doesn't make any sense. He's not trying to hide his nips. He's a guy. Maybe we start down here and we think of like shorts or something. Like, what about these ones, like with the the furry kind of padding or whatever, and then they've got the denim or whatever it is, right? Almost like hot pants. Maybe. Could draw some kind of like sandals, right? I mean, that's one thing we could do, right? Now whether I want to do that, I don't really know. Probably not. I don't know what kind of clothes. I mean, we don't have to draw clothes on him. It's not like there's anything sensitive showing right now. Maybe we'll just like splash some color in, right? This definitely shouldn't be sensitive enough for like me to get demonetized on this stream or anything, right? I don't know. It might be. So if I were to go down here or something and then get a bit of a skin tone. Like that. And then it would, I don't know, we'd like rough it in, right? Be really loose, right? Just to get kind of idea or a better idea. Let's kind of scroll down there. Then we can kind of erase the parts around and clean it up a little. Like that. And then this way we can keep the form, get a bit of a splash of color, and see how the color looks, right? This is probably not going to be a super long stream. I think after I kind of color this in, we'll call it. Kind of see. Now, if anyone does have like, if anyone in here is like a professional artist or a very good artist, or you know what, even if you're not a good artist, if you can see any like specific flaws with this drawing here, I would like you to tell me, because I can't see them. I've been staring at it for too long, so I don't know the flaws here, right? I can't tell. So let me just get the hair in. Yeah. And then let's shrink this down. Like this. Because yeah, like I haven't flipped the canvas. I suppose I could flip the canvas and that would help. Gone for a real pale skin tone. I think he has a bit more of a reddish skin tone, but I didn't color pick from my other screen or anything. So it feels a little it feels a little bright. So you can kind of see, if we were to get rid of that, it goes a bit darker on the eyes there. And then this hand doesn't look like it makes much sense, does it? I mean, maybe if there was like a tiny bit of like hair, like going out like this. I don't know, something like that. We'll worry about it another time. I don't know, let's this might be getting too risky. Too risky bisky. However, I am going to draw the tie in and just the tie. So if I were to do it, you'd see it's this color. For some reason it's not showing properly. Oh, it's because the opacity there is low. So if I were to kind of increase the size here. Yeah, this might be getting into real risky bisky territory, but you know, you gotta try things. If this VOD has to be taken down from the channel, then you probably know why then. I think it should be fine. When it comes to art, I think they're a lot more lenient on like displays of potential nudity, just because it can be taken in educational light. There you go. Sure. That's what we drew. You know what? Yeah, sure. File. I'll save this. I might like do like a proper artwork with that pose, since I think it turned out surprisingly well. At another time, probably with like actual clothes. So let me just go file, save. Not here, it goes in my art folder. I haven't done like a proper artwork in a while. I don't know, what did I call this? This is just sketching on stream, ray sitting, sure. Just putting keywords in there if in case I'm looking for this in the future. Anyway, a bit of a short stream, but it's pretty easy to get like tired for drawing for too long, so that's why before I like start getting annoyed or hating myself because it's really damn hot, I will say thank you everyone for coming by to the stream. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Twitch, which is where this stream would also be if my thing wasn't being weird for some reason. But who knows? If you're really enjoying it, you can follow my Patreon. Also, I suggest everyone to join the Discord for fast updates for when I'm streaming and all that kind of stuff. I think that's all my plugs. Yeah, you can find my my like finished artworks on my DeviantArt, which you can see in this little box in the side where I go by Escher. Or you can also go to my Twitter. You can see the @ there with all the numbers. And that's where I also post finished artworks. So if you're interested in those, seeing what I can do, then you can check those out, or you can just, watch the VODs, I guess. But anyway, thank you all for dropping by, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and goodbye.